I do want to switch gears. I want to get political, if I may.
You may.
You're a mayor. It's fine.
I'm a mayor. I do want to talk some politics. I want to talk about Hillary Clinton. Hillary Clinton had a very shitty weekend. So
She got pneumonia?
She got pneumonia. But the thing is, she goes, what should have been talked about as another anniversary of September 11th, which was our weekend, all that was talked about was what Hillary Clinton didn't do.
Yeah.
Okay, or what she said. First of all, let's go. She said something that could be true. Maybe shouldn't say it, but it's probably accurate. She said half of all Trump supporters are deplorable. Mm-hmm. She used the word deplorable. Now, a lot of people are saying that that's a Mitt Romney moment. You know, when he said that like 47% of the country is poor and is out of touch with him. You remember when he said that, which pretty much lost him the election way back when? They're calling this her 47% moment when she said half of Trump supporters are deplorable. Mm-hmm. My problem with this is, the first time, the one thing they criticized Hillary Clinton for is not being transparent or being too robotic-like, too controlled. Mm-hmm. The one time she actually says something off script, just what she thinks about. She says half of Trump supporters are deplorable. People shit all over. Yeah, you have her running mate who goes out and says Mexicans are coming for you, women and your children.
Not her running mate, her.
The guy she's running against.
Opponent.
The guy she's running, her opponent, Donald Trump.
Tim Kaine
said that in Spanish because he speaks Spanish. Donald Trump goes out there and he says, your Mexicans are coming for your women and your children. And
hide your women.
Hide your women.
Hide your kids, hide your wife.
And everything else that he has said. And people talk about it, but it's like,
they like him because he's not filthy.
They like him because he just speaks his mind. The one time she speaks her mind.
They're like, whoa, a woman, put her back in the kitchen. Like, fuck that shit. Fuck that shit so hard.
I mean, the thing is, though, is like, she was probably being generous.
Just saying half.
She was.
I would think it'd be a little more than half.
All of them.
Yeah, I would have really messed up because I'd have been the guy that got his supporters are pet shit crazy. I would have loved to hear what they had to report after that.
Justin, Mr. Bull,
no, like honestly, they're bad shit crazy.
Yeah,
look at them.
Well, and then actually another sorry to beat up on your state, another shame of North Carolina is there's more violence at the at one of his rallies. I think yesterday,
Asheville supporter punching. He gets up there. He gets up there. Before. Yeah, he gets up there and he's like, "Hey, right, no better place to be than a Trump rally, right? Yeah. We have entertainment here, right?" He did get up there and he's in that.
Yeah.
After someone got punched.
Oh my gosh.
No one talks about that. No one really goes into detail that. Hillary Clinton says half.
Well, that's kind of like with gun violence nowadays. Most people don't report about simple shootings anymore, which is an ironic sentence in itself. Because it happens all the time.
Oh yeah, they're focused on
anything that isn't more than like 10 people. They're like, it was like 7, whatever. And you're like, what?
That's when you get a problem and it's like, oh well, 7 that got killed.
Right, and now it's like Donald Trump, only one person got punched in this rally, whatever.
One person got punched, that's nothing. People get punched.
I think it was a woman this time too.
It was.
Oh my god,
make it even worse.
Jesus.
Equality, all right?
That's what really just frustrated me about the whole thing. They're going on about Hillary Clinton said half of Trump's supporters are deplorable.
Yeah.
I'm like,
someone got punched at Trump's rally.
Yeah. And then Trump can say whatever he wants. Gets a pass.
Boom.
The other thing, she's got pneumonia now, which this eats into the hands of, for a long time now, I have been seeing conspiracy theorists say that there's something wrong with Hillary Clinton, that her health is failing and she's dying. Yeah. I know there's the video of her like getting all weirded out for a moment with her eyes and whatnot. They look for certain things. I mean, you saw where Donald J. Trump Jr. tweeted out that she was wearing an earpiece. People just love to...
could have been a Bluetooth.
People just love to like find...
Did you hear the conspiracy that she's got a stand-in devil because her index finger is slightly longer?
Oh my god!
It was before.
Well, I heard the other one. There's another one where there's a theory out there that Hillary Clinton actually cannot walk.
Well, yeah, everyone was like comparing it to Weekend at Bernie's when the Secret Service were like carrying her into the thing. Yeah. It's like she's dead.
She's dead. She actually cannot walk. She actually the whole time she hasn't been standing on her own and she hasn't been walking. She's actually bound to a wheelchair and she's had to have the van fitted and everything. Yeah. But the pneumonia thing did not help that because, like, now that it just gives them more feel, they're like,
that's going to be like a huge blow to, like, paraplegic people who
Yeah.
want to like get into politics. Like, oh, if she can't walk, then fuck her.
Well, see, here's the thing: is the medical
Like, what does that even matter?
Is the medical?
Yeah.
Let's say she couldn't walk. Who cares?
We had a
FDR
president who
was in
couldn't
a
walk.
wheelchair.
Yeah.
Listen, is the medical thing really that big a deal? Because I know, like in this election, we've been hearing so much about like we needed to see Donald Trump's like post-it note of what his doctor said. He's the
That was
healthiest.
hilarious.
He's the healthiest president of all time.
Because it's because he brought it up himself that he's so healthy, and they're
Yeah.
like, okay, prove it. If he hadn't said
And he got
anything,
a doctor.
You got that thing?
As his doctor wrote, Donald Trump, if elected, will be the healthiest president of all
Yeah.
time. That's what it said.
didn't he
Yeah,
forge
so-
it?
It was basically like, I am honored to be his doctor.
They had,
Boiled down to.
I heard, I think it was Sanjay Gupta was going over it, and there's like one part in it where it's like everything came back positive, and Sanjay Gupta's like, that means that something's wrong. You look for
Yeah,
negatives when
look
you go to
negative,
the...
yeah.
When things are positive, that means you've got some serious problems.
There is
Right.
no way he is 100% healthy. Healthiest president of all time. He's the oldest running president that we've ever had. Running for president. If he gets elected, he'll be the oldest president ever
In our life or just...
in our life.
Oh, okay.
So, like, I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
he's an old
look at
fucker.
him. He's like...
Clinton's old.
He's withering away.
But he's like clearly overweight. Like he's just like melting off. His face looks like it's melting.
He's a leather bag.
Yeah, he's clearly not the healthiest guy.
But this pneumonia
He's just
thing,
not gonna die.
But this pneumonia thing,
Because people
eats
like him don't
This
die.
pneumonia thing eats into those people's hands because now they can say,
Oh, yeah,
you
yeah,
see,
yeah.
she is sick. She didn't tell anybody anything. She tried to hide it. She tried to cover it up. She tried to keep it undercover.
I thought that
It's
was a bit strange.
It is strange
Because it was like she found out Friday and we found out Sunday. It's
And
like
that's
that,
what the
that
problem
doesn't seem
is.
like that much time went by.
no.
People are saying like, "Oh my god, how could she have not
Kept
told
that
us?"
with
It was
us.
like,
Like, no.
there was what, like 2 days we found out.
Like, my parents didn't know I went to Florida until after I went to Florida, and I was there for a week.
Yeah, it's
It's just some things that you just don't need to share
like
with everyone.
The 24-hour news cycle is just, I mean,
Well, that's the problem.
It's just nonsense.
24
They're
hours
just looking for some
They
shit.
have to talk about something. We got a whole day to fill. What are we going to talk about?
yeah.
Especially because they're sponsored by something.
Something.
At
Yeah.
all times.
Got to figure it out. And then they've got their own little agendas that they got to push.
Well, you know what CNN's been doing that I thought has been pretty cool is whenever they quote one of Trump's lies, they say like Trump, and then they have his quote, and then in brackets they have like not true. Like they're just saying it.
Well,
Like,
you have to do it because everything
Yeah.
he says isn't true.
there was one. It was like Trump says Obama funded ISIS.
Not true.
Not true. It says like he didn't or something.
That was, I watched a video about that
Yeah.
where it's basically he did that and then Hillary Clinton's team did one of the first things that everyone was like, that's a smart strategy, which they didn't make fun of it. They didn't say anything mean about it. They were just like, Donald Trump said this,
Yeah.
and that's what he said.
Yeah.
And everyone then took it upon themselves to be like, that's a crazy sentence.
Yeah.
Like, and then he just had to either double down with he had to either come clean and say, yeah, I knew that wasn't true, and look like a loser, and
Which is not
basically
gonna do.
come up with something which he'll never do,
Yeah.
or double down on what he said.
which he always does.
And
Well,
he
especially
committed to
with ISIS, it was really funny because he was like, he had so many outs where they were like, "Oh, we know what you meant. You were saying like that."
Yeah,
And he
yeah.
was just, and then he was just like,
No, I mean
they mean it." And then finally, like after 3 days, he was like, "I was being sarcastic," and then immediately he was like, "Not that sarcastic." It's like
He
he
cannot
can't do that.
He cannot tell that he was remotely wrong. He just cannot do it.
Well, all
And
the
it was every single person that talked to him directly was like, we know what you meant.
Yeah.
Right? Please tell me
just
you meant
helping
this.
us.
And he
Yeah.
was like, nope.
Nope. Nope. Nope.
but all,
So he
all
tried to
of
face save so hard, and he's like, nope.
all of the attack ads against him are just him. Like it's not
Yeah.
Hillary Clinton. Like no one is saying, "Hey, it's just him talking."
I know.
And that's the
There-
attack ad
it's not
against
like, well,
him.
he
And
believes.
it's
Yeah,
working.
it's not like most ads you just say like, well, this person wants to do
Like-
this, and they want to raise this, and they want to lower, it, and they want to take away this.
Yeah.
No, it's just him saying stuff.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just like, by the way, do you remember when he said this? Play the tape.
Yeah.
You know,
Literally,
it's-
all they have to do for the Hillary campaign is just point at him and say, that
Yeah.
is what could be the future.
of that.
I just
Hillary is not that.
I really want someone to bring up the Trump steaks one more time and just have like a 30-second ad of just a picture of Trump steaks.
Yeah.
And
Has
it's
anyone
just
ever
like-
eaten a Trump steak?
No, they stopped
absolutely
selling
not.
them.
But you remember, I forget who it was, that someone questioned his, like, he had, like, wine and the steaks, and then the very next press meeting, he had, like, a table of his steaks displayed with wine. It was like, what are you doing? This is an infomercial.
Well, the one thing, that he's been talking about that he wants to see Hillary Clinton's medical records and whatnot.
Yeah.
Well, they keep saying,
Can
we
he
want to
see, though? Because he's always squinting.
Well, and one thing that they want to do, one thing that
Can he read? I think is a better question.
I don't think so, because he always goes off script. Is it because he can't be on script? Conspiracy.
well, one of the things that the Clinton people want him to do is release the tax return. And a lot of people are saying that he won't do it because it would come out that he's actually not worth that much.
Either that, or that he hasn't been doing any of the charity that he claims he's
Oh
doing.
yeah, all the charity, and then that he's been getting money from Putin in Russia.
Yeah, that's
another one.
Because he keeps saying that he's done all this for the vets, but there's nothing to show for it.
Yeah.
But I think it came out that he was taking money from his I guess he has some kind of foundation or whatever, and he was taking money from it.
Give it to the chick in Florida?
Well, but he spent it on like a 10-foot portrait of himself.
Oh my gosh.
Because you need one of
You
those.
can't make this shit up.
I mean, no.
It's like a cartoon.
Yeah, because you need a 10-foot portrait of
He's
yourself.
his own sitcom, which could unfortunately become our reality.
Yeah.
Well, see, that's the thing with her getting pneumonia. It's like, God, if Hillary dies, we
That's
are
what I was
fucked.
thinking. That's what I was thinking.
Because I guess it would then go to Tim Kaine.
Yeah.
And
Tim Kaine's gonna get crushed by Trump.
He couldn't take on Trump.
Well, I feel like this happens every time because I remember one of my friends' fathers when it was Obama and John McCain going against each other. He sat down and we were all watching this debate, and his dad just goes, "I'm voting for vice president because John McCain will die of a heart attack and Obama will get assassinated."
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
He didn't know.
What choice could have been easier when you've got
Sarah Palin.
That's what cost him it more than anything.
Yeah, Palin was a
This is a
bad.
terrible choice.
She was a bad blow to him.
It was like, I thought it would be insulting to women because it was kind of like, here's Obama, the first black guy. He's all about change. His first big move is picking a vice president. He picks an old white guy. Not much change. So it was, because he picked Biden first. So then it was kind of like the ball was in McCain's court. And McCain's going to do the big thing. He's going to really do change. And he wants to get a woman, essentially, to try to throw that in Obama's face. He chose the least qualified, dumbest woman he could have possibly picked. There's plenty of other women. I mean, I probably still would have disagreed with their politics, but that I would at least think were somewhat competent.
Right.
Palin, it was ridiculous.
I still love the Katie Couric interview, that the question that threw her off and she couldn't come up with an answer.
What do you read?
What do you read? What newspapers do you read?
What her answer was like, I read all of them, or I read a lot.
Oh, way to give me the gotcha question.
The gotcha question. Yeah.
The gotcha
I
question.
really fucked you on that one. Ask you what you read.
It's like, what's your favorite color? Oh, the got me question.
You're gonna get me.
If she would have been in Monty Python, she'd have gone over the bridge at that point. What do you read?
Well, remember, it was after they lost, but she was still speaking for a while. And she was going to be talking about
she was going around in a bus. Remember that?
But do you remember she was going to be
She had
talking?
a tour bus.
She was going to be talking about taxes, and she was giving the speech, and she opened her hands, and she had taxes written on her hand. Like the one thing you're here to talk about, you needed to fucking write on your hand to remember what you were going to talk about.
What am I talking about? That'd be like if I wrote radio show on my hand.
Oh my
yeah, I'm
gosh.
in a radio show.
I'm gonna write Justin Bullock on one hand and the radio show.
Interesting.
Hi, my name is Justin Bullock, and this is the radio show.
I just like the idea that she keeps just going back down to it. And it's just like, well, taxes are good for taxes. And the taxes
I love
are
it.
taxes.
I love it. She writes taxes on her hand to remember, but she can't. Why did I write
What if she's
taxes on my hand?
She's just sitting there and she's just talking to the people with her hand against her cheek, and then she lifts it off and it just says taxes up behind her.
That would be great.
I'd be like, taxes.
Oh my
taxes.
gosh, I miss those days.
Texas is one of our most southern states.
Tax.
Nailed it.
Speaking of Texas, hey, did you see this? Texas allows open carry on schools in Texas.
Didn't they already?
Yeah, they've done that. Well, now to protest that, these students are walking around with dildos strapped to their backpack, and the slogan is "Cocks, not Glocks."
Not clocks.
Nice.
So these women are walking around with huge.
That is
dildos.
sometimes that is the best way to combat things, is to make fun of them.
Yes.
Like a lot of people don't like that, but it's like
Glocks.
honestly I forget who said it, but there was a famous quote that mockery is the best weapon.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
Because it's dark humor and it's also insulting.
Yeah.
To some
And it
person.
really puts things into perspective.
It really does. It really does.
Well, we're about to do something really fun that I'm very excited about. Very excited
I
about.
don't think I am.
And this is going to be, we'll do this. This is going to be a video segment, so this won't be on this segment, but I'll tease it. I'll tease it so you go click on that video. I'm good at teasing.
I got comb against hair. You gonna tease it?
You're gonna tease it. I'm about to do. Ariana is a model and actress, and she's fairly pretty, and you do modeling and stuff like that.
Thank you.
And you've always got your makeup
You
set.
just really liven
I mean,
me
you
up.
really.
I'm trying.
That was so
I'm trying.
sincere.
You're like, yeah, I mean, she's an actor, model,
and
singer, I guess,
does
and she
things.
models,
She
I
does
guess,
things.
whatever.
Look, no. And so, and you always do your makeup really well. You always dress really well. You always do that really well. I'm about to do her makeup.
I did not wear makeup at all today.
Do you know how to?
No, I have no idea.
Well, good.
And I meant to watch a video on it today to at least give it some. No, I didn't do that. I have
Speaking as a guy who's never done any kind of makeup, how hard can it be?
It can't be too hard, right? We're about to find out. That's what we're going to find out. But this has been Shooting the Bull. I am Justin.
I'm Ariana.
I'm Ross.
And we had our special guest,
Nick.
Yeah. So we'll see you back here next week for the show. And don't forget to look at this special Justin Does Ariana's Makeup segment. We call it, I reckon.
We'll figure it out.
I like ending on.
We'll figure out a day.
Question? Just watch it. It'll be funny. We're going to go do it. Peace.